Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. I don't know what time you're watching this. It is Sunday, September 17th. Amazing football game last night, Colorado State. And for me, I have already done this video. I was almost done with it. And a massive lightning storm that I was doing the video under pulled the power cord out. Had a brownout for about 45 minutes. So we're here doing it again. And this video that I'm showing you here is a video of my journey as of Friday that I will be driving as I go to the beach, which is way over here on the right, 15 minutes from where I'll be living. So this is the road that I will be zigzagging across on my motorcycle every single weekend. So it gives you an idea as to where I'm moving to. So for those of you that did not know, and those of you that haven't already known about this for months and months and months, I will be taking the day off on Friday. First time that it wasn't a required day off because of an event, but it is an event because I will be moving. I will be moving to the house that we built and way out here. It's about a 15-hour drive from where I am. So on Friday, I will not be online. There will not be an email. Because it is a 15-hour drive, it's going to be roughly a day that my body's going to need to recover from being in the car for that long. So on Saturday evening, I will start setting up my system. And as long as there's no glitches, I don't have to go an hour and a half to get another HDMI cable or no glitches. I'll be back up and running on Sunday. I'll have another update for you on the weekend, that being September the 24th, as we head into the final week of the month, which ends on September 29th, which is also my birthday. So that is what we are going to be having here. And I will start you off in a repetitive verse of what I already did in the previous video that got cut out because the power went out. QQQ. The bread and butter and the power of the market is in the QQQ. We are now 10 points down for the month. Double bottom, almost came to the double bottom there on the monthly lows at 369. We have 2 red weeks in a row, and we made it almost to minus 2%. So not good, not good, not good, not good for the bulls. Not good. However, not everything is out of control for them because we still have not hit this big 367.77 50 retracement from the bounce. In other words, we still have not broken that 368 pivot, which we've discussed. This week, because of how we ended, coming right to those lows in September on this big push down, what I tried to do for one member who was asking about it is summarize it in a view as to where we are. Coming off of our bounce, the August lows, we got a nice A, a nice B, a nice C. Got a nice ABC to the downside for our A. Got a nice ABC to the upside for our B. This move down, which took place from the Thursday high, which went right to that 378.51 pivot, is one wave. One wave. So, being that this is one wave, you are still looking for that confirmation with a break below 368. You're still looking for that confirmation of a breakdown below 368. Bring it back to the charts. Go out here with our wider view. I don't think that we need to do that. We can do it off of a 30, and I think it is the clean one. It is the clean one, and I will just move it down 30%. Still focused. While we have a lot of work to do, still focused on getting a breakdown below that to push that 368 to then take on 362, 360, and be targeting that 347.
different times just to kind of get a real deep color. And then kind of go in here at the bottom.
As we head into the end of the month, start of October, same view from what it originally was. That's the view. Come over on to where we're at, and I will bring you in here, just quickly bring you into the futures. This is your NASDAQ futures. We busted that lower Keltner all day long on Friday, and we are pretty significantly oversold. Same thing over here on the S&P futures. Broke through that lower Keltner very early, rode it down all day long. Below the 5, below the 10, below the 50, we're not below the 20 on the futures because of the gap ups. Over on the indexes, which I'll show you in a minute, we are below all of them. So at the moment, they are in a bearish position. However, we are oversold. And as you see over here on the Russell 2000, which was oversold, you got that big bounce there at the end of the day here on the Russell. So with markets not bottoming on Fridays is a standard tradition. We should be looking at a lower low coming in Monday or Tuesday, and then, unfortunately, we have the FOMC meeting. Friday, as I pointed out to you, 2 days prior to Friday and at the very beginning of the week, that we would be closing red on Friday, and we damn sure did close red on Friday. On the SPX spread, the 45.10, 45.05s, with 45.05 being the previous day's close. 250 credit prior to the open, almost 250 credit right after the opening bell, having opened just a couple of points underneath it. Quad witching OPEX will happen again in December. Don't forget it, because on Quad witching Friday in December, you are going to close red. It is as if it is a go all in, as many contracts as you can manage to get your hands on. You're closing red on that Friday in December. Unfortunately, on Wednesday of this week, we have the FOMC meeting. Pause, hike, nobody gives a shit. The charts are the charts. And when the charts are ready, you get a move. The last couple of FOMC meetings have been absolute garbage. Now, traditionally, and I will share this with you in your email as we head into it, FOMC days do not move. They don't do anything until 2 o'clock when they come out with the announcement. And then at 2:30, when Fed Powell starts to speak, you get a little bit of movement. And then when the question and answer begins, you get a little bit of movement. Now, in this July 26th hike, we only closed down less than a point. It was a 35-point range, and Powell was hawkish. Market didn't care. Market didn't care because on July 26th, when this took place, we were 1 day prior to putting in that 4607. Market was going to do it no matter what. Went up very next day, put in that 4607, and as you all know, the bottom fell out. Come back onto the other FOMC meeting here on June 14th. Again, we're just comparing notes, looking over. June 14th was during OPEX week. 43.9182 was our high. Very flat day, 3-point range. June 14th, 3-point day, 60-point range. Closed dead flat. That was our pause. The very next day, we took that and said, hell yeah, buddy, we're going up. And we wound up running up into that Friday, which closed red, minus 16 points. This was a streak that we had going here, a very rare streak. We went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 consecutive green closes. As you saw here, as we went into Friday, 2 green closes, closed red. It's just, it's a video game. Once you figure out that it's a video game, just like we had here on Friday last week, Monday this week, green, green, you got your big red day there on Tuesday. So bring it onto the charts. Keep this very simple. SPX, very weak drop, stalled right at the 10-day moving average, right at the 5-day moving average. Your big pivot there at 44.74. Then right here, right into 11 o'clock, you got your bankroll down into the 11. And then possible bounce, bottom being in up to 44.71. And your failure.
89.
Bam. After 1:30, we went nowhere. Nowhere at all for the rest of the day. Your bigger, wider view is, again, bringing you into that point very similar to the QQQ. You have not pressured your lows of the month at 44.31. And as I've explained about the full moon, we have not gotten our confirmation yet about the full moon. So that's still pending as well. But this very much does look like the full moon top right here at 45.41. And a breakdown below this 44.30 will not only confirm it, but will bring us into that bigger, broader picture, which we've talked about many times, which we've been in a stall. We break this 44.30. We are looking for a move down to the August lows and very likely down into the 4300s, targeting lowest target 42.65. You've got 2 weeks coming here into the end of the month, and then you have the pending government shutdown in the beginning of October. The US dollar, very much playing a part. Very much playing a part. And we have the FOMC meeting coming this week, which will make a very big difference here on the US dollar. 30 days, been doing a hell of a run. Wider point of view, not yet here to those March highs from this year. We're not yet there. But we are definitely on not only a run, but check this out. We now have 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 green weeks in a row on the dollar. The dollar drops, the QQQ bounces. 9 weeks in a row. You got a really good chance that we're going to see the dollar dropping below 104, most likely targeting that 103.40, and a move down on the dollar would be a revigoration onto the QQQ, onto the SPX, where, look at it just from a narrowed in point of view, again, being that we are oversold, we would likely see a bounce off of this minus 370 visit back up to around that 372, maybe up to that 375. But it will be temporary. But it is very likely to be happening during the course of this week. A fractional dip lower and then a forced, because we are oversold, bounce back up to 373, likely to be reaching to 375. Come over onto our short-term view. SPX 1 hour, oversold. NASDAQ 1 hour, not only oversold, but with a pending buy divergence. Russell 2000, complete piece of shit, nothing to even pay attention to. Except Mimi, you are making very good money on the Russell 2000, and I will actually show the Russell 2000 as well, because it is a big factor. And the Dow, oversold. So, because we are oversold on these shorter time frames, these 1 hours, we very much should be expecting to see that we are going to be getting a bounce. 4 hour, no damage at all on the 4 hour. Nothing to be worried about. So the dollar, definitely something that is going to be a bright point this week. On to the VIX. As I was saying there on Thursday, as we were continuing to sell off from the CPI report and the ECB rate hike and the PPI miss, and selling it off on Thursday so they could bag hold everybody that was chasing that euphoric run that we had on Thursday up into the 4,500s. There's no way that they can crush the VIX on Friday. There's no way they can crush the VIX on Friday. What did we get? We got a run up on the VIX perfectly, but unfortunately only to 1410. Now, as I have shared and shared and shared, if I can find where I shared it in the emails, and this is going on for multiple weeks now, when you come down to section 3, section 4 about the VIX, below 1622, bulls have control. Above 1811, bears need a Y. 1451 is my primary bears have a chance pivot. 1410 is where bears start to lose control. Now you come over here and you look at your week, how we were pending failures on that 1451 as we were putting in lower highs, lower lows over on the SPX. Came in here on Wednesday with the CPI report and said, later, dropped 1451, dropped 1410, wound up closing down here near this 1339, which we visited and bounced right off of. And then Thursday was just an absolute shit show because they knew that they were going to drop the market on Friday. So you give yourself a little bit of space, and up there you go. The VIX needs to be up above this 1451. We get up above 1451, we start talking about 1622. But as long as we're below 1451, the bulls don't really have anything to be worried about. That's looking at it from a VIX point of view and nothing but that. So again, QQQ, this is the bread and butter. And you look at this. This is an 11-point almost move, 10 points down.
89.
In less than a day. This is overnight, 10 points down. Almost as big as our humongous day back a month ago, where we dropped 11 points on the day, almost 12 points intraday, down 2.19%. We almost got to 2% there on Friday. So very much so, and like this 2% visit that we had over here, the very next day and the couple days after that, the QQQ was up 1%, 3 days in a row. Day after that, actually on August 29th, we're up 2%. So we are, unfortunately, going to be expecting to see that we are going to be getting a bounce. Where the bounce brings us to and what impact we get off of that FOMC meeting, we can then start to make adjustments. But at the moment, there is absolutely zero question. The FOMC meeting is coming on Wednesday. The move that we get to the continuation from the weekend should end, if not early Monday morning, and we wind up not taking out the lows, then we will take out the lows on Tuesday, and then we go into a pause. And until Jerome Powell starts speaking on Wednesday afternoon, there's nothing to do but talk about maybe, could be, would be's. So that's what I got for you. That's a wrap. There is nothing really out there that is pending anybody's immediate attention. We had a great week. We had a fantastic Friday. Once again, I will be moving on Friday. I will not be online on Friday. There will not be an email on Friday. And possibly I may not be able to get a weekend update next week, but I'm pretty sure that I will be able to. So, and the reason why is because I love you guys too much. So, enjoy the football games, even though nothing will compare to what happened last night with Colorado and Colorado State. And enjoy your Sunday, and I will see you in the chat room when futures open up later tonight.